Got the police here. Oh shit! Wait a minute. What the fuck?
You guys hear that?
The hell is that?
I don't know.
Holy shit!
What is that?
Nah, bro.
Oh no.
Get it be, ladies and gentlemen,
The
we
legend.
have the legend, the greatest WCW World Heavyweight Champion. Ric Flair got shit on this man in history. The greatest writer in the history of professional wrestling. I give it to you, my good friend from the brand, Vince fucking Russo. Welcome to the show, Vince.
Yay.
Well, Vince.
In the house, bro. A lot of people in the house, man.
Yeah, Vince, welcome to Irish Whips and Arm Drags. How you doing today, my friend?
I'm doing okay, man. How's everybody here doing?
Doing
Awesome.
fantastic.
Good.
Wait for
Yeah,
my
we're
computer.
Solid.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so we're just gonna jump right into it there, Vince. We'll do like a simple Q&A, shoot the shit. You can say whatever you want on here, no filter, handcuffs are off. So Vince, let's start with a basic question for the fans here. How did you get involved in the wrestling business? For those that don't know.
Oh God, bro. I had a couple of video stores on Long Island that were doing really, really well until Blockbuster came into play. Blockbuster came into play and the writing was on the walls. So I had to find a new job. And I thought wrestling, sports entertainment might be a fun field to get into.
Nice. All right, so Justin, before you gotta go to work here, let's go to you next. You said you had a question or two that you want to ask Vince before you got to go. So take it away, Justin.
All right. Hello, Mr. Russo. My name is Justin. And
How you doing, Justin?
yeah, I have a question. This goes back to the Attitude Era. When you were still writing, did you write that character transition change for Undertaker in '99 when he was the dead man to the American Badass? When he and Paul Bearer were still leading the Ministry of Darkness to them wearing like street clothes, like biker clothes? Were you writing that character transition?
I took him kind of from the Undertaker to the Ministry of Darkness, and that's where I left off. After that, he did the biker gimmick, even though years before, when I was doing the WWE magazine, we actually did a photo shoot of Taker as a biker. That was on the cover of the magazine. God, bro, probably in maybe 95 or 96.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So that was
around that time.
That was a little foreshadowing, maybe, of things to come.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Justin, do you got time for one more before you got to go? So we might as well get you
I
quickly
was
here.
going to ask, this pertains to a modern era question. I was going to ask about Julia, like if you're aware of her. Like, she's my current favorite women's competitor on WWE right now on the SmackDown brand. I don't know if you don't know much about her, but say if you do, what character or gimmick would you like write for her? Or if
I know of her, but I really stopped watching WWE, but I know about her. And it would be really hard to answer that unless I really sat down and had a conversation with her, because that's what I would do. I would really find out, who she is, and then kind of, create a character out of that and just magnify it. So it would be really hard to say not knowing her. I'd have to have a detailed conversation with her.
Yeah, one of the things I even thought of for her, if she was a heel, that she can be like the female Lex Luger, where she's like the beautiful narcissist, enamored with her beauty, while her tag team partner Kiana James, who's also her manager, can speak for her until Julia is more comfortable on the mic, which I've seen she's learning more English to better herself on promos. But yeah, that was just a idea that I thought of for her.
The only way she's going to get better on the mic is for them to give her more reps. You got to give her more reps, and I would probably do pre-tapes with her in the back so we could do it over and over and over and over again, and then let her kind of perfect it. And then when she's ready to do it in the ring, I would just transfer it over to the ring.
All right. Yeah, those are all my questions. Yeah.
Nice. Okay, Tommy, let's go to you, my friend.
Yo, how you doing, Vince? So I want to do something a little bit fun with you. I want to get some rapid fire questions and a rapid fire answer. I'm going to say one word and you're going to give me one word to describe how you feel about it, all right?
Yeah.
Okay, favorite segment, one word.
Oh, well, I can't say it in one word. I would say when The Rock joined the corporation.
Cool. Vince McMahon.
Unique.
Firing Hogan.
That was a work.
David Arquette.
Publicity stunt.
Most proud of from TNA.
Man. I would say one of the better angles at TNA was Kurt Angle's introduction into TNA.
Nice.
Okay, last one for me because we got a group here. Who or what actually killed WCW?
That would have been Turner executives that didn't want to be in the wrestling business.
Yeah, that was the death nail for sure. All right, Paladin, let's go to you, my friend. Oh, it's Paladin there. Is he frozen?
Paladin.
Oh, sorry, I had my mic muted. Okay, my first question to you is, what did you make of Stone Cold Steve Austin's booking from late 2000 into 2001? Because
I didn't watch any of that, bro. When I left the WWE, I stopped watching it, so I don't have a clue. I didn't see any of that stuff.
That's a huge pity because I just kind of felt his booking was underwhelming. You know, as a child growing up, I thought it was good. But then as an adult, when I look back at it, I was like, Austin doesn't seem happy. He doesn't seem happy with it.
I heard he wasn't very happy with creative. You know, when you got a character that over, it's not easy to write for. And if you don't know what you're doing, the character is going to pay. And I think that's what Austin went through.
Yeah, that's what I feel the same way.
Yeah.
So my second question that I have is, what was it like being on the creative team with you, Ed Ferrara, and Vince McMahon?
It was laid back, man. It was easy. There was no pressure. It was just conversation. It was it was easy, man. There was no pressure. There was no stress. I mean, it was very, very, very conversational. And it was, I could tell you this, it was a lot easier than it looks like it is today. I could tell you that much.
Nice.
Yeah, because everybody's in suit and ties these days. And like the creative there, it's all suit and ties. Whereas back in the day, you were wearing casual clothing, you know, waking up at all hours of the morning writing stories for like the next Raw.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, it was not. I mean, my God, I could never, ever, ever do creative in shirt and tie. I mean, never, ever, ever. And when I look at that creative environment on Unreal, that is not what a creative room should look like. That is probably the last thing it should look like.
Agreed.
Yeah.
Very much.
It makes me want to cry as a creative person myself, because I'm writing a play at the moment, and I tell you this much: if I was in a suit and tie writing my play, I just wouldn't.
Yeah, I mean it hinders you. I mean it really, really, really does. I mean, that off the bat is the number one problem. I mean, let's get everybody in that room relaxed, in casual clothing, take it out of the freaking boardroom, put together some cool type of think tank. The whole setup is way, way wrong.
It is, my friend. Dizik, let's go to you, Dizik.
Hi, Vince. It's a pleasure meeting you.
You too, man. How you doing?
I'm doing good. It's a great Tuesday to be alive, you know?
Yeah, right. Very nice.
I have a kind of a weird question. I was always curious about the Brawl for All and what the creative process behind the Brawl for All was. I was under the impression that there was some sort of beef with JBL, but I just wanted to see like what your thought process was and what the overall like consensus behind the scenes was behind the creation of the Brawl for All?
Yeah, there was no heat with JBL. As a matter of fact, I just did a show with Kevin Kelly yesterday for my YouTube channel that is going to be up on YouTube, where Kevin Kelly 100% confirmed the conversation took place.
Nice.
So it was basically, I was backstage at a show. It was me, Kevin Kelly at JBL, and JBL made the comment that if this were real, I would kick everybody's ass. And, I said to myself, really? Because you got to remember, man, we had back then, Shamrock, Blackman, Severn, we had Bob Holly, and,
Dr. Steve Williams.
Yeah, exactly. And for JBL to say that, so I went and I kind of told Vince about that, and I kind of pitched a Brawl for All concept, and Vince went with it. And from there, I actually think JR and Bruce laid out the matches. They contacted the people, asked them if they wanted to be in it. So, my whole participation in that was just pretty much pitching it to Vince.
Mm.
Nice.
And as far as writing goes, how do you like? Do you guys, whenever you're writing wrestling shows, do you write scripts? Do you write segments? Like, how does the process of actually doing the task of writing for material for the show, like, where I was always curious about that, and so since you're one of, I guess, the most prolific writers in professional wrestling, I wanted to see like what you would do. Like, would you set up a Word document, or like what it would look like?
Yeah, I'll usually. Yeah, I was just doing it today. It'll usually start like with some notes. Okay. This is a typical. This just was the framework of the last JCW show. So it'll just start with notes like this. It'll just start with notes, and then I'll have these notes in front of me, and then I will get on my computer and I will start typing out the show the way I see the flow of the show, and I will keep going down to my list and check off everything that I've covered on the list, and just basically write the show from start to finish. Time out the show, write in the commercial breaks, the in-rings, the matches, the vignettes in the back. Just basically write out the show in real time. I just did one this morning.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice. Hell yeah. All right,
Thank
now
you,
before
sir.
we go to you, Monkey, we got a comment in the chat here from Mr. T. He wants to know, what are Vince's thoughts on Darby Allin winning the AEW title the fashion that he did, and the comparison to Foley winning the WWF title? Personally, I don't see it all. Thanks.
Yeah, I don't watch AEW, man, so I can't comment. I can't comment on something I don't see. So I'm not, dancing around it or anything. I don't watch AEW.
That's fair. That's fair. All right, Monkey, let's go to you, my friend.
Hey, so I'm gonna take this a little bit off of wrestling, but still have wrestling involved. But like,
Nice.
I'm sort of a music guy, so I'm gonna ask you some
Same
music
here.
questions.
Yeah, good.
Same here.
Get off wrestling, man. Wrestling sucks. Let's talk music.
So, you work with a certain pair of musicians that I've grew up listening to my whole life. So I kind of wanted to ask, what's it been like working with the Insane Clown Posse in this JCW venture?
Yeah, well, honestly, I don't. Shaggy's really not involved. It's Violent J's baby. Shaggy comes and goes, and I see Shaggy, but I don't really work with him. I really work with Jay a lot, and it's just freaking awesome because
Nice.
Jay, he's got such a creative mind. He's got such an outside of the box mind. He never says no. He never says no, we can't do that. He's got a wild imagination. It's just, I mean, I think it's fair to say, the most creative guy that I've ever worked with, man. So it's really great working with him, man.
Nice.
Quick throwaway. Have you ever been to a gathering?
I have not been to a gathering, but since I started with JCW, I've been to a couple of their shows, but I've never been to a gathering. No.
So in those JCW shows, do they have music involved during or after, like musical performances of that nature?
Yeah, what it'll usually be is it'll be the wrestling show first. Then the wrestling show is over. There'll be a couple of rappers in between. And then ICP comes out, and finishes up at the end of the night. That's what it usually is.
I was in your Miami show. I was hoping to see you there, but you weren't in Miami.
Yeah, I didn't go to Miami. A lot of times, man, a lot of these loops we do like 3 or 4 days. And honestly, 3 is about my limit. When I get into the 4th day, man, it's just, it's too much. I mean, with doing the brand and my age and everything else like that, I could usually get 3 days in, but a lot of times I got a book on the 4th date.
No, the show was great. The show was great. Despite you not being there, your product is amazing. I gotta say.
Yeah, and that was, and when I'm not there, Joe takes over. That Miami show was Joe's baby, and I thought they put on a good show.
So
speaking of, today is his birthday. Happy birthday to Violent J, 54 today.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
Monkey, you said you had another one you want to ask him?
Yeah, my last one's kind of a pair. So I know through your body of work, I'm huge on wrestling too, so I'm not just the music guy. But I know in your body of work, you've always found ways to work with musicians whenever possible. Like, if, for example, this stuff with ICP and JCW. So I guess my question would be what is the importance, or is there an importance, or could you find or explain the importance of linking those industries together, the wrestling industry and the music industry?
Oh yeah, bro, because obviously, when you go back to the Attitude Era, that attitude, it would not have been the Attitude Era without Jim Johnson's soundtrack. I mean, absolutely
Super
not.
agree.
The fact that he's not in the WWE Hall of Fame is an absolute joke. The fact that Triple H wanted to replace Jim Johnson with his guy is an absolute joke. So if anybody knows how important the soundtrack and the music and the entrances are to wrestling, it's me. And it's great, man, with JCW, because that's a lot of Violent J's music, man. So Jay can see a character and create music for that character. I think it's a huge part of wrestling.
This is my last. What's a musician that got away that you would have loved to have worked with?
Oh my God. Well, it's funny, bro, because I did get to work with Kiss, and I was a
Nice.
huge Kiss mark growing up.
Nice.
That was probably it, bro. That was, if you would have asked me who I would have wanted to work with, I would have said them, and I got the opportunity to do that, and that was pretty cool.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
Oh, hell yeah. All right, Jerry, our historian friend, go to you for next.
Hello, Mr. Russo. My question is, who influenced you to get into wrestling? For me, it started in 1984 at age 10 watching AWA when I first saw Nick Bockwinkel.
Well,
So I was curious.
I wouldn't say they influenced me to get into wrestling because I was way too young at the time, but they made me a fan of wrestling. And I'll never forget, the first time I actually saw it on TV. It was an interview with the Valiant Brothers and Lou Albano, and I was
Johnny and Jerry, if my memory's correct.
Luscious Johnny and Handsome Jimmy. And
Jimmy, okay.
Yeah, I saw that, and I was like, "What is
Hey.
this?" I mean, those guys, and especially Albano. I mean, they were just great entertainers. And when I saw them, that is what attracted me to the business.
Okay. And second question, what would be probably your most famous work ever that you could think of?
Man, I would probably say the development of The Rock and Austin, because like I said,
yeah.
bro, when you've got talent that's great, that is that great, you've got to write up to their level, man. You know, you can't you can't show up at TV and give The Rock and Austin shit. You know, you've got to give them good material. So being able to kind of meet them at their level from a writing perspective, I mean, that was pretty cool.
Okay. And then in your honor, I had to wear my most favorite band in a tie-dye. I'm a Led Zeppelin fanatic.
Oh, wow, very nice. If that's not my favorite band, though.
Well, I know, but we both are Kiss fans, also Black Sabbath fanatics.
Yeah, well, I'm a big I'm a big Beatle mark. I mean, they'll
see, my sister would love you.
Yeah,
because So I had an original copy of the White Album my uncle bought brand new in 1970, and I gave it to my sister as a Christmas present. She worships the Beatles.
Does she still have the album?
Oh yes. Oh
that's
yeah.
Pretty cool. Yeah, there's only one Beatles, man. I love the Beatles, man.
Yeah, they're a popular band for sure. All right, Hobo, let's go to you, my friend.
Hello, Mr. Russo. It's an honor to meet you here. Can you hear me? Hello?
Yeah. Are you? Do I see your picture? Or which one are you in the box?
The Master Hobo, the one with the guy carrying the stick.
With the.
Can you hear me?
Okay.
1, 2.
I hear you. Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, you're good, man.
All right. Sorry about that, Mr. Russo. It's an honor to meet you, by the way. So I have this question. I actually thought about it recently. So whenever people think of great wrestling tournaments, I always hear the Deadly Games tournament being on that list. And I'm just wondering, what was the writing process around that, and how do you write a tournament? Like, how is it like hard to write a wrestling tournament?
Yeah, no, bro. To be honest with you, and a lot of people don't know this, but wrestling tournaments are the easiest thing to write, but they never draw, man. They never draw. And the reason why tournaments don't draw is because a lot of the matches are cold matches. You know, there's no story involved. And a lot of times, man, if we were just tired and a little burnt out, you know, a lot of times we would write a tournament because it's just such an easy show to write. But we also knew that they just don't draw, man. And man, WWE's doing a lot of those recently, and I know they don't draw, and I know they're doing a lot of them just because they're easy to do.
Yeah, no, I definitely see that. It's just a bunch of random tournaments. It's just diluting it, like the importance of it.
Yeah.
So I noticed when I was rewatching like some of the Deadly Games tournament, like everything, there was always something happening and I could tell that's definitely a staple that you would do. You always make everything like mean something.
Yeah, and that's just because that's the way I watch TV, man. Like if I'm watching a movie or if I'm watching a television show, bro, if I'm bored, I'm gone, man. I'm not gonna sit there through boring dialogue or a drawn out scene. I'm just not gonna do that. So that's why, like, when I write something, I have to write something that's gonna entertain me. Because I just get bored real easy, man.
I get that too. I also get bored pretty quick when it has, especially with wrestling. Like I can't just have straight matches. I need something else to spice things up.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and it's Lost Stars. I'm glad JCW is bringing it back.
Yeah,
Chris, let's go to you, Chris.
Brendan, I have to go. Yeah, I have to go back to work right now. But yeah.
All right, Justin. Thanks for coming on.
Bye, Justin.
Thanks for coming, bro.
Good to see you.
Yeah, the working man. Good boy.
Go make some money, bro.
Thank you for and it was great to meet you, Mr. Russo.
You too, man. Thank you.
Yeah, Yeah, before I go, I just want to say thank you guys for the show. I appreciate it. And you can follow
Absolutely.
me on Instagram as JustPrime08.
Oh, get out of here! You're trying to plug yourself.
Yeah.
I respect that.
Just go make your money because I definitely won't.
Go make your money, Justin.
And also, yeah.
Give him the
Oh, Jesus, Justin.
Thank you for today.
I love it.
You know,
Take care,
me
man.
as
Justin.
the Prime Swordsman, etc. Right there. Take care.
All right.
Take care, man. All right, on to next. Hi, Chris. Welcome. Good to see you. Chris, your turn, my friend.
Yeah, good to see you guys though. And for you, Vince, though, like it's a really honor to meet you though. It really is. So
Well, thanks, man.
yeah, so I got some questions for you though. The first question is though, like, what's it like working with Edge?
Wait, say that again. What's it work like working with who?
You said Edge.
Oh, Edge. Man,
Edge.
Adam was always I worked with him early on, you know. I mean, I kind of came up with the name Edge and those early vignettes and stuff. He was always a quiet, laid back dude back then. You know, I mean, I know, you know, after years and years and years, he came into his own. But back then, when I was working with him, both him and Christian were really, really quiet and laid back guys when I first started working with him.
Okay, great.
Nice.
You guys want to ask him, Chris?
Chris?
Yeah, probably.
Let's get the chat ready here.
Yeah. Let me see. Let me try to pull up though, because I
While you're pulling it up there, Chris, I'm going to go to the chat here. Okay, M1 Brandon is saying, hey, Vince, by the end of the TNA WWE partnership, do you think TNA is going to get bought out by the WWE, in your opinion?
I mean, I wouldn't be surprised at that at all, you know, and I don't know if that's part of the game plan or what, but I would not be the least bit surprised if that happened.
Yeah, it is a small possibility here. And we got Mr. T says, what are Vince's favorite songs or albums from Kiss, and why is it The Elder? Good album too. I'm an Elder Mark.
It's not The Elder. Man, The Elder gets so much hate.
It does, but it's a great album. It's just not a Kiss album.
I really don't think it's that bad. Believe it or not, man, my favorite Kiss album is the only Vinnie Vincent album, man. I love Lick It Up. I think
Same here.
Creatures of the Night and Lick It Up back to back. I think those were the two best Kiss albums.
Yeah,
First time I heard I Want to Hear It Loud, the hook was in.
Yeah, that's a great song, man. Great concert song too.
Oh, absolutely. And second question from Brandon for Vince: who would you want to go to the World Series, but you cannot pick your favorite team?
I like the Mariners, man. I like the Seattle Mariners. They're a fun team to watch.
Ooh, let's go Seattle.
They got a great lineup. They got a great pitching staff. They got a great closer. They're a lot of fun to watch.
Nice. Chris, you got your second one ready to go?
Yeah. The second one was just like, what do you hope to achieve though? Like my second question is, what do you hope to achieve though? Like with the deal with JCW and AEW.
I mean, I would love to work with them. You know what I mean? I would love a talent exchange or maybe some type of interleague angle. I would definitely love to collaborate with them on something. I would definitely be interested in doing something like that.
Yeah, that would be very, very cool here. All right, Vince, I got one for here. I got one for your friends. Shout out to fellow frontline member Chris Patel. Me and have discussed this. In your opinion, Vince, in your first run in WCW with Ed Ferrara, if politics didn't take place and you were able to do October 99 to October 2000, where did you see you and Ed taking WCW? Did you guys see it by the year? It would have been at the 4, or do you think it would have been higher than the 4 at that point, in your opinion?
Man, I think we would have definitely been back in the game. I mean, there was no question in my mind because not only are me and Ed now writing for WCW, now you've taken us out of the WWE. So there's no question in my mind that in a year's time, it would have been neck to neck again. I mean, there's no question in my mind. And it's just, unfortunate that, like always in wrestling, politics played a part and it never happened. But there's no question that we would have been back neck to neck. No question.
Yeah, absolutely. And for those who have not seen it, shout out to No Bonus Wrestling because they did a series about it not too long ago. Go back and watch that stuff. A lot of good stuff. A lot better than today's crap. And now, before we go to some random topics, anyone else would like to ask Vince a question or his opinion on anything?
I think I have one.
All right, Hobo, go ahead. You're first.
Yeah. I'll let Hobo go first. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Hey, oh, by the way, hey, Chris. Anyways, Mr. Russo, so I've heard recently that you're a big fan of Randy Savage, who is my favorite wrestler. I'm just wondering, have you ever really done a lot of work for him or anything?
Oh, bro, one of the first things, man, I did when I got hired by the by the magazine, and I made sure this happened because Randy was my favorite wrestler of all time. I went to his home in Treasure Island. I spent time with him there. He took me to dinner at his parents' house, when his dad and his brother was still alive and his mom.
Wow.
I got to eat dinner with the whole family. Wow. I went jet skiing with him. It was phenomenal, man. It was a great memory. I'll never ever forget, man. It was a great experience.
You're lucky. I wish I got to meet him, but he passed away before I could. So
yeah, great.
Rest in peace, Savage.
Yeah, one all-time greats for sure. Yeah. All right, Chris, you said you had another one?
Or Chris? I think I have another one though.
Chris, can you hear?
Go ahead.
Yeah, I'm still here though. Like I have a third one. It's kind of a little bit related to like what Justin had commented though, but it's basically like with a female wrestler that like the question that I have like is pertaining though is like one of my modern favorites in terms of like the chicks though. Like if you don't know what her name is JC Jane though, and she was recently brought up to SmackDown on Friday though, and a year ago, but she was like NXT Women's Champion and TNA Knockouts Champion, and I'm curious, Vince, to see if you know her and if she were in JCW, how you would book her.
Was she one of the three girls that they brought up yesterday?
JC
no, on Friday.
Yeah, it was on SmackDown. I think.
Was she one of the three? Was she one of the three girls? Didn't they bring up a crew of three girls or something?
Yeah.
Yeah, because Full Roca is on Raw.
Yeah, Fatal Influence.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so she's a part of that Fatal Influence.
Yes.
Yeah, they don't know how to do anything. They bring up these three girls, Fatal Influence. It's the Riot Squad 2.0. I don't know who any of these girls are. They all look alike. Bro, that's not how you write TV. Guys, you will see in an upcoming episode of JCW, Vito brings in his new crew. And in the very first vignette, we know who Vito's crew is. We know their names. We know the personalities. We get that over in the very first vignette. They bring these three girls on television. Again, Riot Squad 2.0. They all look alike. They all dress alike. Not one of them stand out. Bro, that's not the way you write good television, man. At that point, everybody's just a wrestler.
That's true. All right, we got someone that you met in Vegas who is a friend of ours on the channel. Oh, go ahead, Chris.
Okay, sorry about that though. It's just that she's like my favorite though, and
bro, you got to understand she's probably your favorite because you watch NXT. You can't assume everybody watches NXT. I don't know who this girl is.
Right.
Yeah. Oh, I mean,
it's a niche market there.
So I'm not knocking her. All I'm saying is the way they introduced those girls, none of them stood out. That's all I'm saying.
Yep.
All right, we got a friend of ours that you've been in Vegas, sir, Vince.
Yeah.
Hang on, Chris. I got to read some chat. You met our friend Cheyenne in Vegas. She wants to say, "Hey, Vince, it's Cheyenne. It was so nice meeting you in Vegas." She's a friend of ours, and she got to meet you. That made her very happy.
I remember Cheyenne because Cheyenne had a big personality. Cheyenne was unique. When you said that, I knew immediately who Cheyenne was. You know, Cheyenne, she was unique. She was different. She had a big personality, and nice to see you again. And she said, Brandon, that you wouldn't allow her on this show.
Oh,
is that true?
Well, we're full. Well,
Huh?
She was welcome.
Is that true, bro? That you wouldn't let her on this show? Why wouldn't you let her on this show, bro?
Bro. I guess.
Brandon, hello. Why wouldn't you
I
let
said
her
we have full.
Oh no!
Oh wow!
I said we have full slots.
Brandon, answer the Vince.
We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10 people are allowed on this stream.
Yeah, and we had a full.
Come on, Brandon,
I mean,
step
okay,
on the
Shy, if you
ball.
want to join.
Bring her on now. Bring her on now.
All right, I'll set the link here. Cheyenne, I'll send the link. And give me a second here.
Now,
Oh
I
yeah,
have
yeah.
a
I forgot
question,
Justin
Vince.
just left.
I have a
Shoot,
question
Jerry.
for you, Ben. During the territory days, what was your favorite territory to watch?
Oh God, man! I was always obviously I was always a WWF guy, but I would love I would watch Gordon Soley, from down south.
my heroes.
I used to love watching Gordon. So that was probably my second favorite.
Okay. See, for me, I started with AWA, worked my way into world class, and then got hooked into Mid South / UWF, which then led me to my ultimate wrestling hero, Dusty Rhodes, in the NWA. And then a year later in '85, I saw my first WrestleMania, and I became a Hulk Hogan and also a Roddy Piper fan, fellow Scotsman.
What WrestleMania was in '85?
That was the very first one.
Oh, the first one! Wow, at the Garden. So
I
you
was
were there
11
for
years
that.
old.
Oh, good.
I was
That's
11
awesome,
years
man.
old.
That's a great memory, man. That's awesome.
Rest in
Because
peace.
I mean, yeah, I mean, seeing the Andre Big John Studd body slam match, that still makes me laugh.
Yeah, man. Yeah, I remember that. Yep.
And I've watched every WrestleMania since, and yes, even some of these recent ones.
Yeah.
He suffered for us.
Yeah, I suffer for the food.
That's
And yet, where's all my
though.
ladies?
Yeah, that's awesome though that you could say you were at the first one. That's pretty cool, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And, like I said, I'm only 52, and I've been watching wrestling now 42 years.
Yeah. That's awesome, man. That is awesome.
Yeah.
Which is why Paladin calls me the wrestling encyclopedia, because I have stories to tell.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, he always
lived it.
does. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, real quick one, I told him the story about 3 guys in a bar that picked a fight with Andre, and he chased them out into their car, and they locked themselves in the car. He flipped the damn thing over. So when the cops showed up, they tried to have Andre arrested, and the cops took the 3 guys away because they said, "Why the hell do you want to piss off a national treasure?"
Oh my God. Yeah. I would not want to be pissing off an Andre, especially if he's drunk.
Hey yo, I'm gonna hop in here, Vince. I got 3 questions for you, brother.
Go ahead.
What's your favorite TV show? Or 4, sorry, my math is horrible. What's your favorite TV show?
Wow. God, if I had to pick one, because I quote it so much and I've got him actually tattooed on my body, I would have to say The Honeymooners.
Oh wow.
Oh wow.
Nice.
Ooh, interesting.
Nice.
Yeah.
Where's it tattooed, if you don't mind?
It's right here. Let's if you can you where is it?
Oh yeah.
Let me blow you up.
That's
I
right.
was telling you, that's cool. Neat.
That's cool, bro.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Respect.
What's your favorite sports besides pro wrestling?
Yeah, baseball, hands down, not even close.
How hard is that to watch right now?
What's your favorite food?
Man, God, what an all-time favorite, man, and we don't have it out here in Colorado. Is I love me some good White Castles, man.
The Sliders.
Yeah.
Okay. And I know you mentioned. I know you mentioned the Beatles. What about your favorite music genre?
Definitely the 70s. That's what I grew up in.
70s rock?
I was born in 61. So by the time the 70s came around, I was 9 to 19. So that would definitely be the decade.
Thank you so much, man.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Yeah. For the comment here, Chris, you'll have to send Cheyenne the link to her social media settings. I can't send her the link, so you gotta do it, Chris. All right. Mr. T had a question about Macho Man. Could you confirm?
Brendan, why are you trying to block a Cheyenne from coming on the show? What's
We'll circle it back to you in a minute.
What's the history? Tell me.
Look, I just know they got some beef. I know they got some beef.
No, I'm not here.
What's the history? Hello?
There's no history. We have 4 slots.
She's gonna come here and cut the greatest promo ever.
Mr. T was asking about Macho Man.
Hitting on everybody in the group chat. She'll start sending like, Paladin, you got a big package. Like she'll start saying stuff like that in the freaking group chat.
Yeah. She's kind of sexually harassing.
Hell, she's even hit on me.
So she was harassed. She was sexually harassing everyone in the room. Interesting. Very.
Oh yeah.
interesting.
Yeah, she's even hit on me because she said she likes older guys, and I'm like, no.
She's gonna come in here and wreck all of you. Cheyenne, I didn't say nothing. I ain't talked none on your name.
No, I didn't say anything. Don't look at me.
It's Vince. He pulled it out of me. Okay, I had to tell him.
Oh, Chris, last name. All right. Mr. T in the chat had a question regarding Macho Man. Could you confirm or deny that Randy Savage was planning to join TNA either in 2010 or 2011?
No, he did join. He did join TNA. He was there for one night.
For Turning Point, right?
Yeah.
After you left.
I guess it was a money thing and a contractual thing with Jeff or something. Double J could tell that story. He was definitely there for one night because I was there and he never came back.
Yeah, because he showed up on Victory Road, like the last pay-per-view you were there. Then December, he showed up at the end of the match, punched, I think it was Scott, then he left.
Yeah,
just like that. It wasn't around much longer.
It was money. It was something with money contract. It was something like that I wasn't privy to.
Right.
Would have been cool to have him on there.
Oh yeah, no, absolutely.
Oh yeah,
you kidding me? Absolutely.
Especially like during the main event Mafia Frontline, that would have been pretty sweet.
Oh yeah.
If Savage was around, absolutely. All right, Justin wanted to ask you, hey, Mr. Russo, how would you book Roman Reigns?
God, bro, it's so hard to book somebody that has been around for so long and has done everything. I guess the only place you can go with it is if it were something personal. You know, if it were something involving family or something like that, I don't know what else you would do with him as a wrestler or
even that's
Samoans or anything like that. I don't know what else you would do. Hey, see, Cheyenne, did I not tell you I was going to get you on the show?
Yeah, thank you, Vince.
Did I not tell you?
I don't know what they were talking about when I was in the chat. I don't know what that was, but that's not true.
Oh, the gas.
Hold on, Cheyenne. Let's get to the bottom of this now. Everybody else quiet. This is between me and Cheyenne. They said that you made him feel very uncomfortable with sexual suggestions and innuendo. Is that true, Cheyenne?
Hold on.
Check the witnesses.
That's not true at all.
First of all, I'm a teacher. Why would I get on this? Nobody in here is my type, and I don't have to. So that's just a crazy like that's an illegal thing. Like anybody saying that, that's just not like, cool.
Okay.
That's not what my DM said.
If me and Paladin are friends, if I say, "Hey, Paladin, you look nice today," that's not me and Paladin are buddies.
Paladin, has Cheyenne ever come on to you in an awkward way?
No, not at all. I mean, nothing that makes me feel uncomfortable. So there you go.
There you go. Hey,
I mean, come on now, y'all. That's a crazy accusation to say.
hey,
Y'all
Cheyenne,
like they trying to pull a Janelle Grant. Look at that.
I levy no accusations.
hey, Cheyenne, who's on your shirt? Who is that on your shirt?
I just threw on something. I got a Lamar Jackson shirt on.
Oh, okay. All right. I was curious. Okay.
All right. Hopefully we can get him to a
Cheyenne,
bowl soon.
you want to ask a question now that you're in the room? We got Cheyenne in the room.
Well, like I don't really have any questions. But first, you were just so nice in Las Vegas. It was really nice to meet you.
Yeah.
You were very friendly.
You were very friendly too. You were very nice.
Thank you. I remember because I didn't really know who you were. Like I heard of you, but I hadn't like started following your content until a few years ago. And I used to hear all these like crazy stuff, all of it. But like you're not like that at all.
I'm not like that. That's all baloney, bro. To know me is to love me, right, Brendan?
That is very true. I always said Vince is the most misunderstood man in wrestling until you sit down and have a conversation with the guy.
There you go.
And sure, we got some roasting. You know, you told me to get a hooker when I was at the hotel, but hey, that's to be expected.
I'm looking out for you.
Well, I mean,
I appreciate it, but $15, man, it's minus 30.
You definitely have the money for it there, Mr. Rockwell. I mean, after all, you did Iron Man 2 as Justin Hammer.
Yeah. Listen, you got the Iron Man 2 money, Brendan.
Yeah.
Yeah, come on now.
So Vince, this is why I get here, and this is why I get on the round table. So it follows me everywhere I go.
Yeah. You guys,
are
all of you guys on social media?
Yes.
Yeah, we are.
Yeah.
Are you all doing your part to promote your show?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
All right, you guys got to promote the show, man. I'm telling you, promoting the show is more important than doing the show. You got to make sure all of you guys got to make sure all of you are constantly putting over the show, man. You got to.
Yeah.
You see how many you see how many times I promote JCW? That's what you guys got to do. You got to keep. It's got to be nonstop promotion, man.
Oh yeah,
absolutely. Yeah.
I mean, I'm a former musician, so I understand it.
Yeah.
If you want your band out there, you got to promote. You got to go out and meet the people. You got to put up the signs.
Yep.
We're on the come up, so we really appreciate you doing this because we're basically nobodies, but you took your time.
Don't say we're nobodies. That don't ever.
Yeah, what the hell's the matter with you, Tommy?
We're somebody.
I'm somebody. I just these guys are nobodies. I'm somebody.
Yeah, so because your dad's Rikishi.
Yeah, Mr. Fatu.
So how did you guys how did you guys get together? Like how did you guys hook up?
I'm gonna give Jerry credit here because Vince, I know Cheyenne, Chris, and Hobo and Paladin first because they're a part of the TWRP community. So I met them first in October of last year. Then when I got back from Texas, January 10th, Jerry contacted me and Paladin and the rest of us. Hey, I know this guy Tommy. He's getting a wrestling podcast together on YouTube. It's live. Would you be interested? And we then would jump over. Yeah, we would jump over to Tommy, and that's how me and Tommy met and been doing stuff together since. We do Paladin's show every Friday on Twitch. Then after Twitch, we do Tommy's on Saturday, sometimes Sunday. Chris does streams on X after TWRP or done their YouTube streams. So it's almost daily. We're always talking to each other, hanging out, talking about wrestling and life.
Yeah, because Brandon loves how my put downs on wrestlers and managers and staff people I can't stand, such as the Wobbling Walrus, Paul Heyman, my favorite, Hamster Fart, Dave Metzer.
Oh my God. Why is he a hamster fart?
That's just what he reminds me of.
Wow, interesting. Very interesting.
Wow. He's got a lot of experience with hamster farts.
Yeah. Tell about Bischoff. Tell him that one.
Oh, Eric Pissoff. Pissy Pants.
Pissy Pants?
Yeah, Piss Pants off.
Very nice. Interesting.
Yeah, I mean, I'll give him credit. I liked what he did early on in WCW. Then after a while, I would have loved to throw him off a train, off a high bridge, into a river.
Oh, interesting. Very nice.
Well, we got a message from our lawyer because of what Jerry just said.
Warning. The opinions expressed on this podcast do not reflect the beliefs of their peers, the guests, their boss, and YouTube.
Very
thought
nice.
Russo wouldn't be doing a good job, and Triple H would be doing a good job. I imagine Russo likes proving them wrong.
Oh,
Well, I'm sure you love doing
Triple
that.
Zero.
I'm gonna need a copy of that for my podcast because
Yeah, no, you need to say the opinions expressed here are not in fact what we all believe.
we say a bunch of shit on UWO that needs that.
A warning.
I met Monkey through a friend of mine, Eric, who does the NWA's website. And Eric hooked me up with Monkey, who's a DJ here in Miami. He does his own venues. He does his own shows. But he's also a big wrestling mark, so I have him here.
Strategic, innovative creations.
Monkey, you got hair like that living in Miami, bro. Isn't that a pain in the ass?
So let me answer that truthfully.
Yeah,
it is awesome in photos, but in real life, I hate it. So
pain
like,
in the ass, right?
Whenever someone asks me, should I dread my hair, I tell them no.
Bro, how's that work? Like you don't have to wash that often, right?
No, so that is such a common misconception. I hate it. But in the dreading process, it's wise not to wash it because you need it to dread. But once you have the dreads, you wash them like regular hair.
Yeah. Now, bro, the only way, put him back up there full screen. Put Monkey back up there.
Yeah, let's see the hair, brother.
So let me ask you a question, bro. If you wanted to get away from that, the only thing you could do is cut it off. I mean, they can't undread it, right?
No.
So you'd have to cut it off.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
I'd have to cut them off completely. And usually that's like the if I were to make that decision, you keep them. You end up it's like a whole thing.
So there's more pros than cons.
I would say so. Yeah, it's just in Florida. It's hard to sell that.
Yeah, that's why I asked, bro. I know how hot it gets there, man. It's got to be brutal, no?
Yeah. They're tied up more than they're not. I'll tell you that much.
Yeah. Wow. How long have you had them?
I've been a DJ for 2010, 26, so 16 years.
Wow.
I got them like right before I started.
Yeah, Ed had dreads for a while.
He did in TNA.
Yeah.
Nice.
Wow.
I can't get rid of them though. My wife won't let me. I've thought about it. I've asked. The beard and the dreads have to stay, and it's not even like my decision.
Yeah, that's tough in Miami, bro. Like, that's got to be tough in Miami, man.
Going to Dolphins games like this is hard.
Oh, I can imagine, bro. I can imagine.
Guys, I just want to throw a line out to Chris, but before I do that, I just want to say we love Cheyenne. We were just kidding. She hasn't actually sexually harassed us. All I know is
she hit on me.
Yeah, correct that now.
She's a very funny person, and she's joking around when she's making comments like that, because she's come on to me a couple times, and I know it's all fun and games.
Oh my
Lord. I can't blame her. I'm very, very attractive.
Oh my God.
That's because he sees your dad.
Yeah.
Tommy
fought too.
I want it on record. I said nothing. So when you go to kill all these people, I'm not the one.
No, Monkey, you're good, bro. Brendan and Cheyenne, we need to squash the beef right now. The beef is squashed, okay?
I don't have a beef. I'm just here playing the class.
Hey, Cheyenne, is that a cat you got walking around there?
Yeah, my cat named Bacon.
Show me your cat. What's the cat's name?
Bacon.
Bacon. Wow, that's
awesome.
What breed is he?
Oh, Bacon.
He's a 13-year-old cat.
13-year-old. Wow.
Yeah, I've got 3 Siamese cats.
Wow.
That's right. I'm Tommy Fatu. I'm part of the bloodline. So
yeah, the Samoan Chihuahua.
I don't know why my community thinks it's Samoan.
Oh my God.
Hey, Monkey, is someone's calling you out in the chat there, Monkey. He says, I know this. Brendan Michael says, I know this asshole for almost 2 decades. He hasn't had hair for 8 years. So he's saying that you're bald and that you're working us.
That's a wig?
Yeah, it's a work. I think, Monkey, you're working us.
What?
No, that's the real deal.
I do have one question.
Come
Vince,
on.
do you remember the New York Rules match from WCW? Are we going to see that in JCW?
What was that?
It said the rule was that there
no
are no rules. Do y'all remember that?
Oh yeah, I like that. I'm sure we'll be seeing that again, definitely.
For those that have seen it, May 3rd, 2000, there was no wrestling matches. It was just fights, and very cool. A lot of them are shit on it, but hey, it's not wrestling to
What
them.
was that, WCW?
WCW, it was May 3rd, 2000, Thunder, Go Home Show vs. Slamboree pay-per-view.
Oh, wow. Oh, I like that. I got to do that again.
Is it really? Yeah, it was just no matches. So she got upset that the new blood got attacked in the parking lot by the Millionaires Club. And you're like, no rules. You beat the guy, you make the count. And every match was not a match, it was a fight. They had to make their own count.
That's interesting. I forgot all about that.
Yeah, you definitely do that again. That was some good shit.
Yeah, that definitely fit JCW to a T.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, definitely.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, Vince, thank you so much for coming on, man.
Thank
I'm
you.
glad you got to meet the posse I was telling you about.
Yeah.
This handful of months.
Guys, keep on doing what you're doing. Stay consistent.
we will, Vince.
Thank you.
Promote it. Promote the show, man.
Thank you so
Promote it.
much.
All right. Yeah.
Absolutely. We'd love to have you
Don't
back
wind
on
up
the
like
future.
awful entertainment wrestling.
Yeah,
Thank you.
great seeing you,
Thank you.
Vince.
Thank you, guys.
Thanks, Vince.
Good meeting you.
Hey, Vince.
It's
So
an honor.
Vince, before you go,
Bye-bye.
give us your plugs. Give us your plugs.
All right.
Yeah, then we'll
Yeah.
yeah, just watch JCW, man. Every Thursday night, 7:00 Eastern on YouTube. JCW.
Oh, I do.
News.
Represent. Get your merchandise, Psychopathic Vault.
Yep. All right, guys. Thanks a lot for having me.
Later,
Anytime,
Vince.
Vince.
Take care.
Anytime, Vince. Take care, man.
bro.
Take care, my friend.
Vince.
Have a good day. Good outro music.
Champ going up. Yeah.
Holy shit, boys, we did it.
And there we go.
All right.
Yeah. We did it, boys.
Oh,
God, that
I was getting a little worried because he was sick when he got
Oh
back
my
from
God.
Vegas.
All you motherfuckers said I was trolling. All you motherfuckers said you don't know Vince Russo. Motherfucker, what did we just do, bro?
Now we
Oh my
all
God.
know Vince Russo, bro.
Oh, geez.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
That's cool. Well, there you go, guys.
Yeah, meeting.
Ah! Brendan, I love you, bro. Brendan, you made this
You're
happen,
welcome.
bro.
You're welcome. Yeah, I promise you all.
Everybody, thank
Brendan.
Brendan. Thank Brendan, bro.
Thanks, Brendan.
Thank you, Mr. Rockwell.
Means a lot.
Yeah, thank you. Oh, wait,
Thank
let me
you.
get
Yeah,
it
my
out.
heart
absolute
Thank you.
pleasure.
There we go. Now we gotta try to get him back in the future. There we go. I brought you all. It took a while. It took, I guess, 3 months, but we finally did
of
it.
course. Yeah.
He'll be back. Don't worry.
I think it
Yeah.
worked out better.
Yeah.
When I get my
Jay.
yeah, shout out to the birthday boy. He's now 54 years old. For
Only
Vince, when I
only
get
2
my
years older than
computer,
Jerry.
we'll have to do a show with him.
Yeah.
Once I get my computer and get all
Yeah,
that
of
set up.
course. So, at least you guys are lucky to Vince. Like, I'm lucky to meet Vince, though. Although I would say though, like, I just feel like at this point though, I'm trying to like claw my way back up into like this abyss though. At this point.
Chris, stop overthinking.
Okay, hopefully.
Yeah.
Big
you're
shout- Oh, I
thinking
missed a
Chris.
comment from Eric's channel. Shit. Okay, I'm going through
Yeah, let's
the
catch
chat
up
here.
with chat here.
Okay,
Yeah,
so
of course.
for
Yeah,
Eric
again.
and Monkey's podcast, UFA Pod, big shout out from UWO. Justin giving props. Okay, we got R. Sutton. Jason W. must pay well with those pearl eyeglasses. Vince is donning. Yeah, those glasses are sweet.
Oh my God.
What we got here? What we got here? Brandon, Tony Khan next. Oh, geez, if I can pull that on my ass. We'll see if the relationship goes through. Maybe I'll see if I can do that.
That might not
Maybe.
be as friendly an interview because I'm gonna have a lot of problematic questions for Tony.
I think the family. I may not be a fan of AEW, but I think if we ever hypothetically
No, I'm
had
just gonna
Tony Khan,
ask.
I would just shoot the shit.
Just gonna ask some
You
questions.
look like
it is.
Boris. Apparently.
All right, you know what? I'm gonna log that as the first. I usually got Jonathan Davis and Post Malone. Like Jonathan Davis back when my shit was shorter and I had the
Okay.
little goatee thingy. And now
Yeah, I can
had,
see that.
I had a guy actually take a picture of me thinking I was Post Malone. And I did
Nice.
take the picture with him because I knew he was gonna post that on Facebook because someone was gonna tell him that's not fucking Post Malone. So he's gonna think on me. That guy actually took a picture of me. What a fucking asshole.
Oh god. Yeah. I have to say, I was quite surprised he didn't see Stone Cold's booking from 2000 to 2001. But
And if he was at WCW at that time, then when he left WCW, he didn't watch wrestling until he went to TNA.
True.
Yeah,
he was busy working too.
Yeah.
Because after WCW, he had a music shop he was running.
And remember, he used to say Vince McMahon never used to watch the other products, and maybe he was doing that too.
That's true. Yeah, Vince McMahon never watched ECW. He never watched WCW. He had people like Jim Ross had to sell Vince McMahon on Mick Foley for years because Vince just didn't see nothing in him. Same with like the Dudley Boys and Taz. You know, Russo had to sell them to Vince McMahon. Vince never watched that stuff. He had people doing it.
The only booking question that I would have ever asked him was if how he would have booked New Jack, because that would have been a funny answer. But I
mean, did you watch his stuff in TNA? In 2003 with Shark Boy, Russo was writing that stuff in 2003.
It was great comedic. It was comedic gold right there.
Oh, when they're in the kiddie pool doing the horseshoe,
the Hulk hand.
Yeah, I like a New Jack. You don't understand me, boy. Black people don't play no water goods. Last time they put us in a boat. It wasn't fun. I'm not getting no damn boat with you. Wait, I gotta do it? Fuck.
Oh, true. Okay.
That was classic shit. Yeah, New Jack was awesome at TNA. I wish he stuck around longer, but he didn't.
Yeah.
It's a in there long enough for me to know, because I'm learning about it now. Now I got New Jack to watch. That's my favorite guy, dude. New Jack.
You watch the old TNA stuff then. New Jack.
He was one of the. Yeah, he was, and plus he was one of those wrestlers that he didn't give a fuck, to be honest.
No.
Oh no.
Because he knew if he did go up north, they would have watered him down so much. He just would have been like, "Fuck this shit, I'm out of here."
Yeah, the money. He'd rather be himself than give in to the money.
Yeah. That's why he never went to the WWE, because he knew if I go to the WWE and they trademark my name, I'm not going to make money as Jerome Young. New Jack is the name and draw.
He was smart about that.
Thank you, Mr. T. You're right. Howard Finkel was another one that watched other stuff. So thank you, Mr. T. I forgot about Finkel.
Yeah, I loved him, and I loved when Finkel and Tony Chimel had that tuxedo match. That was so funny.
I remember when I'm taking my job back, I am a warrior, and he tries to attack Tony Chimel, and then Tony proceeds to kick the shit out of him on that SmackDown. That was fucking hysterical.
Or do you remember when he was like Jericho's stooge at one point?
Yeah, because he believed Jericho was going to save his job. He was going to save the WWF. He had to carry his bags and slap Shamrock.
It was similar to Ralphus, the stooge he had in WCW.
Oh man, Ralphus was great. Ralphus and Jericho and Norma Smiley were great.
Yo, what do you say about OJ?
Oh yeah.
Oh, okay. So on Smoky Mountain, Jim Cornette told him to do it, and New Jack's like, "Are you sure?" Cornette, yeah, go for it. So New Jack cutting his promo. Then he goes, "I want to give a shout out to my man, OJ Simpson. Keep up the good work, brother. That's one less to worry about." Applying like the trial.
Yeah, he got so much heat for that, man.
Yeah, and Cornette told him to do it, and was like, say something about OJ. And New Jack's like, "Are you sure?"
One of my favorites is Gypsy Joe.
When he almost murdered that guy?
Yeah, that dude was old, right?
Yeah, when he beat the old dude, because his gimmick was he didn't feel pain, and then he just was going to diss New Jack, and New Jack's like, "Nah, you're going to feel pain tonight." And then that crowd was like very racist, so they were dropping hard R's, and every time he heard a hard R, he beat that old man even harder.
Well, I guess that old man's gimmick died that night.
Yeah, no, I think that was it for him after that, dude. Like,
I think he retired. Yeah, he had to, because he did get the shit beat out of him.
Yeah, he was very bloody. I remember.
I don't think you could sell "I didn't feel that" after all of that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
No, you're feeling that for at least a week or two. Or him almost murdering, what's his name? Vic Grimes at SPW.
Yeah.
We threw him off the fucking scaffold on the top.
Or the mass transit incident. Remember that?
Oh
Yeah.
Hunter Red story is fucking hilarious too. When he stabbed the guy like 100 times in the ring, legitimately trying to kill him. Like, he stepped on his head trying to bleed him out, and he went to jail for it. And the guy didn't want to the guy chose not to press charges because he had to deal with New Jack that if he got out, he would take him on tour, teach him how to wrestle and all that. And then New Jack's like, peace, never went back to Florida, never talked to him again.
All right, I forgot, Justin. That is true. That was discussed. So Justin says New Jack was supposed to be in that stabbing angle with John Cena and Carlito back in 2004 on SmackDown during the Ruthless Aggression era. Yeah, that was the angle they're gonna bring New Jack in, and that's when New Jack didn't go.
that would have worked. He would have stabbed him for real.
Yeah, he would have
He was just like, Buster.
No, look at this comment. Is this a juvenile detention center reunion panel?
Yeah,
damn right.
Yeah,
and the
of
mental
course.
facility facility reunion.
Oh yeah, we're all crazy.
What are you talking about?
I was. This is how bad it was for me.
I'm in my straight jacket right now.
This is how bad it was
I'll
for
put my
me.
back on later.
You're lucky. You're lucky I'm on my meds, man.
You're lucky. The thing about
that's right. John's Hannibal Lecter.
The thing about me, but the thing about me is, it was so bad that my parents had to keep me in a dark tunnel so I wouldn't get out.
I guess Tommy
As soon
is
as I
the
did
psycho
get out,
now.
as soon as I did get out, they're like, "Oh Jesus, he's back." Dear, you forgot to close the door, didn't you? Fucking need you.
I'm in my.
So now that we're done
right
with
now.
Vince, there should we? Is there topics you guys want to discuss since Backlash is around the corner, or are we gonna call it here?
We can just keep chatting. I don't really have any topics, but you can, if you want to just shoot some topics, might as well. I mean,
well, we got Backlash in 11 days. Oh boy!
Yeah, we watched we could talk about Raw last night. We all watched it, or like
no. I didn't watch it.
Real quick. I just want to give a shout out to my niece who is turning 5 on Friday. So big happy birthday to her.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
Not a kid friendly show, so I don't know what your Uncle Paladin is
and also, what
was that?
And also, I would also like to give a shout out to my brother. I would also like to give a shout out to my brother too, though. Like yesterday was his 20.
Happy
25th
birthday, Enrique!
Yeah, he had a very explosive birthday.
Classic love.
Oh yeah.
So John says, "Man, Russo's looking rough these days." Oh wait, that's Jerry.
Fuck you, John.
Shots have been fired. Jerry, are you going to take this line down, Jerry? Are you going to fight him?
Yeah, I'm
I'm gonna
get the
I'm gonna put
Backlash
him off
card
one
here.
of the bridges up at Three Rivers.
Get him, Jerry. Now's
That's
your
what I
time.
do. John.
Yeah, we need
You're
this
so-
unsanctioned Jerry. John, just out in the woods. We just let them settle it.
Oh, John, you made a mistake. You fucked with death. Death comes knocking.
Wrong
In the
gimmick, Jerry.
form of the
You're the
Undertaker.
stalker.
May 9th.
It's fucking raw.
All right. What's the date today,
You will
guys?
see in
By the way,
28th. Thank you. Okay, so
28.
By the way,
yeah.
just a message out to Brendan, who's on the UW. I was never gonna ask Russo what his favorite pole match was. You're out your fucking mind, dude. Like,
oh, my pinata on the pole. I love that one because Oklahoma. Yes, I'm an Oklahoma fan. He made that match. I love pinata on the pole. That was a funny one.
Yeah.
Who?
Yeah, because this is when you don't see Vince on TV. You just hear his voice when he was doing the Powers That Be storyline. He had a bunch of the luchadors in his office, and he told, "Okay, go out there, beat the shit out of each other for pinata sticks, get me ratings, and in the pinata, there's going to be a check for $5,000." So yeah, Uvato Guerrera, Silver King, and all the other random luchadors they had, and that's when Oklahoma came out. You know, the JR parody, and it's a slot fest. You guys speaking sound bites, pinata, Uvi, and he's down. And it was just a clusterfuck, but it was an entertaining clusterfuck.
I think this is one of the funniest guests that WCW
remember.
brought on. Well, No, unfortunately, I never saw him on Beetlejuice. Do you remember when he was on?
Yeah.
Oh, that was funny. And then
when he
goes
fucking
to,
was
he goes to
stage.
he goes to Jared. Hey, slap nuts.
What'd you just call me?
You heard me.
Slap
Then,
No, you're talking to? Yeah, slap nuts. Bam! That's Mr. Slap Nuts to you, boy. Yeah,
One of his
good.
best guitar shots right there.
Nah, his
Yeah.
best one's
Jeff
Gary
Jarrett.
Coleman. Gary Coleman was his best guitar shot. That was my
Well,
favorite.
he really hates midgets for some reason.
yeah, maybe he does.
Well, that's Jeff
Maybe he
Fabry to
does,
get him.
What's wrong with fucking midgets, dude?
Yeah,
Hey, guys.
I mean,
Go ahead.
he probably maybe has a fear of midgets. You know?
Maybe it's afraid of little people.
I mean, they were in Wizard of Oz. You know, they control all the tunnels. They go through all the air vents. I would be afraid too.
Yep. And let's transition onto Ric Flair. So, Ric Flair.
That's perfect timing.
Yeah. So Ric Flair did an interview with Ariel Helwani, and on Ariel Helwani, he calls out James Romero, Stevie Richards, and Zeb Coulter. I forget his name, Dutch Mantel. And that's what Ric Flair calls him. He basically says people without a legacy are out here talking about legacies, have no right to talk about a legacy. And you know, everyone else is like, you understand you have made up world championships, right? Like, you don't win anything unless the other guy lets you win, right?
Yeah.
You understand that, Rick. But he's just kind of losing his mind, and he's kind of been there for a while now. I feel like the last 40 years he's been losing his mind. But let's watch this.
Too.
This is the most replayed part of the interview, all right?
Let's hear.
Politics, give me a break. Come on. I mean, I'm not mad at anybody. I understand it's politics now. It's too much politics and not enough wrestling.
Did you ask to attend this past weekend?
No, but I asked. Dennis Rodman called me and said, "Will you induct me in the Hall of Fame?" And I sent to the powers that be. Dennis wants me to induct me. I never got a call back.
And in the end, I think it was Kevin Nash and Sean Waltman who did it.
Yes, and I'm very happy for Kevin and Sean.
But Dennis said he wanted you.
I never even got a call back.
Wow. Do you think that stems from the interaction with Ludwig from last year, or do you think there's a bigger issue here?
I think there's a lack of respect. And I think there are so many people under fire right now, they're all ducking and dodging.
Do you think it's coming from one person in particular, two people? Who do you think is dictating this?
I don't know. All I know is that it seems like people, they hate the fact that I'm so relevant. They hate the fact that I signed more autographs this weekend at Wrestling Town than anybody.
One more
They
match.
hate the fact I did a pool party with 3,000 beautiful women. With Diplo, you tell me.
Wait, that's Jerry. That's Jerry in Miami.
Still got
What
it.
do they hate?
Look at
not
that.
Ric Flair,
And I
that's
did
Jerry.
see, and this one kind of struck a chord
What
because
the
I love Roots of Fight. I did see you post a couple weeks ago that there's an issue there with your Roots of Fight gear.
They never called me.
For those that missed it, what's going on here, and where does it stand?
I woke up this morning and find out that 10 people called me that Roots of Fight had to drop me. Then I got a very long extension.
Yo, whose feedback is that? Is that the video, or is that somebody?
I'm
I
not
hear
sure.
feedback.
I heard something.
I heard like a bunch
Yeah,
of
so did
feedback.
I, yeah.
Yeah, I heard it
Hi,
too.
you monkey?
Nah, I was on mute.
Okay. It
I wonder if that was
be-
his video then.
Yeah, I wonder if this is Flair's audio. Like, you would think a 16 world champ would have a better microphone. I don't know what the fuck. Let's
Well,
see.
he's old. He
Text
doesn't
from
know
Jesse
tech.
saying I apologize. They bought the
Mr.
company and I have nothing to do with it. Thank you. And that pissed me off. Not even a call. And sometimes I think, and I believe this in my heart, there are exclusions. There's some people that have done so much to help so many people and influence so many personalities that I could get cut a break. It's not a financial deal with it. You don't make a lot of money with the fight. It's prestige. It's Muhammad Ali, right? I mean, it's Ric Flair. I go down the list. And I was the number 2 seller behind Muhammad Ali. So why not just say, hey, Rick, we can't use you? Dries, but
So, for context, what he's ranting about is that he wasn't invited by WWE to WrestleMania. And, you know, in their defense, Ric Flair is assigned to AEW. He's a signed wrestler under contract with AEW.
Yep.
So,
A sponsor.
through his fucking mind, he can't figure out, and he's like, maybe that's what he means by politics. It's like, because I'm in AEW, they won't let me on WWE anymore. And it's like, I don't know what he expected when you jump ship. Like,
they did it with Billy Gunn, for recall, when Billy Gunn was on the contract. Well, he still is.
But he calls it disrespect, and maybe that's true. Maybe there's a little bit of disrespect, but I also think he's kind of full of himself, you know.
WWE has always been like this.
I agree. Well, not quite. They did it with TNA. They did it with him in TNA.
Very rare exceptions back then, at least.
Yeah, they did it twice. They did it with Flair and TNA. If you remember that, the Four Horsemen, when Flair was in TNA.
Yeah.
Dixie led him, and Vince was cool with it. And Billy Gunn of AEW. I think the problem with Flair is, when he was saying he's going to beat up, Luna Kaiser, and he's all those bar incidents were getting public, him drinking in public, getting involved in altercations, one after another. I don't think WWE wants to take that risk. And like you said there, Tommy, he has AEW sponsoring his energy drink. So technically, he's taking a paycheck from Tony Khan. So you got to take that into factor. And with his recent, incidents, he is a publicity disaster. So in a way, I don't blame WWE and TKO not allowing him to show up, because you don't know, is he going to be clear-headed and going to be an adult, or is he going to be a fucking clown and make him and the company look stupid?
Right.
That's all respect, because he's a great wrestler, one of the greatest of all times. But the last handful of years, man, he's been fucking up and making himself look like an idiot.
AEW, so he's contracted by AEW. That wouldn't look good, him attacking a WWE contracted wrestler.
No, that's a lawsuit there, guys.
It doesn't make any sense, but he seems to think that he should be the exception. But I believe these are his comments on the YouTube podcasters like Stevie Richards, Dutch Mantel, and John Romero.
James Romero.
I think more than Vince did. We did Revolution, restored my confidence, because Bischoff had completely killed me. So I can't get mad at him. Our relationship not the same, but he has a lot on his plate.
He's talking about Triple H.
It's running the WWE and being in charge of this and that, and constantly being scrutinized. I mean, if I look at my page, I get nothing. I get punks like fucking Stevie, what's his name? Stevie Richards and Zeb Coulter, whatever his name is, or
Jesus.
Wow.
Yes, with the big beard. He was with Jack Swagger.
Yeah.
Opening his Dutch man's tail.
I know exactly what you're talking about.
For a guy that has suffered serious health problems, not as serious as mine, I would keep my mouth shut. Because if you don't have a legacy, you can't talk about a legacy. And he and Stevie Richards and that little jack off, what's the kid's name that does the interviews for him? Oh God, I call him the peanut shell. The guy that does the interviews for Zeb.
Zeb, by the way, is Dutch Mantel.
I know Dutch Mantel. Yeah.
Yes.
Now I understand. I'll tell you a great story. I love it.
Wow. Please.
We're in Marietta, Georgia, and Lex Luger used to always speak of himself in the third person. And look at Jack Mulligan, who was the agent, and he goes, "Why would a Lex Luger wrestle a what's his real name again?
Dutch.
Dutch
Mantel.
And now I understand. Now I understand why Luger said it. Who in the fuck is Dutch Mantel?
Oh.
First of all, with serious health problems that should mind his own business. And Stevie Richards, my little finger is bigger than his neck.
So these guys are talking about you online, and it's getting to you and bothering you.
No, it doesn't bother me. I laugh at it.
That's a lie.
It doesn't bother him, but I got to rant about it. And nobody asked him anything. He just said, "This is what I get." He brings it up, and they responded.
Ari
I want
didn't.
your guys' opinion.
Yeah,
and I'll
Ari
show you guys
said
what they
nothing
said.
about this.
So Rick, have another drink, bud. Like he's fucking loaded. You can tell he's drunk.
Yeah, it's concerning. 'cause
Rick, buddy.
But
Go ahead,
it
Cheyenne.
sounds like he's just totally, and it's because is he 80 yet or just still in his 70s?
I think it's 7 here. Let's see. Let me check
He's
here.
not 80 yet. No, he's still in his 70s.
I thought he was 78.
I'm checking right here.
He looks.
He was.
He's
born-
77. He just turned 77 back in February.
Okay.
For a while, I just
That's
thought
off by a year.
but now I'm starting to realize he's really may be drunk all the time.
Yeah.
Yeah, he does drink a lot, obviously.
Oh yeah.
When I saw him in Las Vegas, he kind of, I mean, of course he's an older man, but he kind of had like a really shuffly walk. Like,
Ric Flair?
Yeah, he was like really kind of like an old man walk. But I mean, I don't know if that's normal or.
It could be a combination of his alcoholism and the wear and tear of wrestling on his body.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
'Cause all those years when he would do that front flip bump off the top rope, he always landed like hard on the hip bone.
Yeah.
So that could be, all those years doing that same bump over and over.
And it was
Yeah,
the ring mats were harder back then.
Yeah, especially in WWE, they had more of a stiffer wood they used than WCW. WCW used the lighter, not as hard. Well, WWE, that shit was more harder.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
It hurt more.
So imagine that damage constantly on your hip.
Yeah.
We already see what Hulk Hogan's leg drop did to him. So
that's true.
Oh
yeah.
All right. Well, you guys giving one of his opinions. I'll be right back.
He's gonna use the toilet.
Yeah, Jerry, I know you. I
do.
saw you kind of audibly exhale and groan every time he would mention Dutch Mantel, and he was burying Dutch Mantel. What do you think about that? Because people know who Dutch Mantel is.
Yeah, even I know Dutch Mantel. Hell, I've watched him since 1986. And yeah, he's never won some super big titles like Flair, but the man has a history and a psychology to the business that's second to none. I mean, he ranks up there with Piper and Jake the Snake Roberts, and he was a master behind the mic. I mean, that's why Jerry Lawler kept him in mid Southern wrestling for so many years.
MSW, Mid South, yeah.
Yeah. And I mean, yeah, granted, he was never a world champion. Some wrestlers aren't meant to be, but they still make a hell of an impact. And Dutch Mantel was one of those people. So I was like, wow. I wonder if maybe Flair's a little bit jealous that Mantel has a better retirement plan than he does.
Maybe I don't know. I can really tell by when I was looking at Flair, I was like, my God, you're in a bad place. Like he's got that. Have you noticed that he's got that real
welcome back,
alcohol? Have you noticed that he's really got that alcohol nose? He's got the nose of an alcoholic.
Yeah, his whole face is red.
Yeah, you can just tell by just looking at him that he looks plastered as well. Like I'm just looking at him, he's slurring his words, which is very common for alcoholics. And I'm like, are you even making sense, dude? Because Dutch Mantel is very intelligent. I've heard some good stories about him. He's intelligent. I mean, I've seen him as a manager. He's good. He's good. Yeah. I mean, I saw him with Swagger and Del Rio at one point, but he was still good.
Yeah, he was a good promo.
Arguably, his best work was with Jack Swagger. It was so based. I loved it.
We the people.
He also made Jack Swagger relevant.
Yeah.
Him as Cesaro, right?
Yeah.
That's because the man knows the psychology to wrestling. He knows how to hook the damn crowd. And if you don't have that, get the fuck out.
Man, Dutch is a smart guy.
That's a lot of wrestlers nowadays, Jerry. They got to get the fuck out.
Oh, yeah.
They don't understand psychology at all nowadays. So.
No.
Hey, as for Ric Flair, no, Justin brought up a good question here. I'll bring Justin's comments. This is a really good one. Rick's lifestyle caused Charlotte to have lots of insecurities. Could that be something?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's
I mean,
always
think about it.
Thunder, you know.
Well, I mean, he had his kids, but he only got to see him maybe what 3 months out of the whole year because he's always on tour. And even when he got
he was rarely
home, what did he do? He'd go down the road and party with his wrestling buddies.
Why he got so many
Yeah.
divorces?
Yeah,
Yeah,
because he was always
admitted
Ric
he didn't-
Flair at home.
Yeah, he said them first two kids of his, he didn't really know how to be a father. I mean, he tried to make it up with Charlotte and I think that was Reed, wasn't it?
Yeah,
Reed and Charlotte. Yeah.
Yeah. But still, it's just, you know, that's back then, especially because what you wrestled 310 days a year, and you only get what 50 days off a year. That's roughly what 3 or 4 days a month. That's it.
And that's what James Romero's video was mostly about. He's like, I may not be a 16-time world champion, but I do love my kids, and I'm a great father. And that's like what he's more proud of. And it's like, yeah, it's weird that Flair has such a big ego, even though he's self-admittedly like.
He looks good though. He looks like he could put on another match.
Oh yeah.
I don't know about that.
Yeah, let's put it.
Okay, come on, guys, admit it. You want to get in the ring with the nature boy?
Yeah, but again, like you can see that, you know, as he's an alcoholic, it's like really inhibiting his like critical thinking skills. You can see that, but you can clearly see that his judgment is getting heavily clouded. I mean, if he honestly thinks in his delusional mind that he can still go, I mean,
So he should be part of the poor judgment day.
I think that the best place for him right now is a nursing home. Just leave him there, for heaven's sake.
Yeah,
him and Liv Morgan getting it on.
Liv Morgan getting some of that old man meat.
I guess Liv Morgan wants to ride with Space Mountain.
You see, the thing with Flair is he could take Liv Morgan into her hotel suite and make her cry. Well, that's what he used to say. You know,
true.
Where is he supposed to take?
And at that, the Paladin.
AA meetings, dude? Like,
If we're gonna bring Flair back, we're gonna get the plane ride from hell part 2 again.
Oh dear God!
All right, so this is Dutch Mantel's response.
Dick Flair, you might call him. What's within this
Dick
time?
Flair.
all right, old guy.
I think he's lost his mind. I really do.
Yeah.
So you told me about this. I didn't even know about it. And you said, have you heard, this is in like a little email note message. Have you heard what Ric Flair said about you and me and Stevie? I said, no. And then you sent me the clip. So I'm listening to him and he's all over the place. And he's saying that he's the big star and that the WWE needs to roll out a red carpet for him every time he appears on their show. Now, you know, this sounds bizarre. And because the way he's coming across, he is really selling this like he really believes it. And who knows, I think he does believe it. But what he's pissed about is he didn't get invited to WrestleMania for some reason. And I don't think he's figured it out yet why they didn't invite him. So what do you think? Why do you think they didn't invite him to WrestleMania? He didn't go last year either, did he?
Oh, no. Well, I'll tell you what, Dutch. I've got all of that to come. All of it. I assure you. We're going to go through this with some forensic detail. But let me just read out what he said about you, Stevie, and me. So here we go. And keep in mind, you have to bear this in mind, everyone, just in case you don't know about this. No one asked him about this. He just came out with it. He was talking about Triple H, and then all of a sudden, anyway, I get punks like effing Stevie Richards and Zeb Coulter, whatever his name is, Flair said, referring to Dutch Mantel. And then neither of them, I don't know why Flair, considering that you knew him in the 70s, went straight to Zeb Coulter. Anyway, a guy that has suffered serious health problems, not as serious as mine.
No, I don't care. He is always going to be on top of any situation. Yeah, I had some health problems. So did he, but his were greater than mine. So I don't know. He's got to be. He had to be sicker than what I was.
You had a mid-card illness where his sickness was main event. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, that's right.
So
absolutely. What did he have anyway?
I don't know. I think wasn't it just
Didn't
like
he have
multiple
a
organ failure?
Well, that is pretty serious. So, and it was probably more than mine, but he had to remind everybody that he was closer to leaving this earth than I was.
So a guy that has suffered serious health problems, not as serious as mine, I would keep my mouth shut. If you don't have a legacy, you can't talk about a legacy. Now, that's kind of the other weird thing is like this whole, you can't criticize me because I won more fake world titles than you kind of thing. Is that not just what it boils down to ultimately?
Absolutely. And he knows all these people. He covers that a little later on. He has all their direct phone numbers and who else has that, and continue. Anyway,
he mentions me. If you want to know my thoughts on it, go to my channel on the me bit. Where are we now? Okay, then. And then he tells this story, which you have told on this show more than once as well. We were in Marietta, Georgia, and Lex Luger used to always speak of himself in a third person. And he looks at Jack Mulligan, who was the agent, and he goes, why would a Lex Luger wrestle a... What's his real name again? Dutch Mantel? Now I understand why Luger said it. Who in the F is Dutch Mantel? Who has serious health problems that should mind his own business. And then he talks about Stevie Richards and says, Stevie Richards, my little finger is bigger than his neck. And then we continue because Ariel Hawani, who's hosting it, the podcast, says, so it really bothers you then, the things that they've said? And he goes, no, not a bit of it.
Oh, no, it doesn't bother me. And he spends about 5 minutes talking about it. And he sounds very irritated when he's talking about it too. But it doesn't bother him. Nothing bothers him.
So Flair was pressed on whether the online commentary gets to him, and he said it does not, and framed the shots as jealousy. How could it bother me? Who are they? I just talked to Donald Trump on the phone myself. Do I give a shit about those guys? They don't even have Donald Trump's number. How that's a barometer. It's incredible, isn't it? Anyway, I can call Charles Barkley. I can call Shaq. I can call Mark Wahlberg. I can call anybody because I've earned their respect. Darius Rucker, Kid Rock, Snoop Dogg. I have all their numbers right here on speed dial, like it's a landline. These guys don't know anything and don't know shit. The only way they make a dime, and I'm sure it's a minimal amount of money, is by cracking on people that are successful. And the older you get and the more successful you stay, the more relevant you stay, the more jealous they get. It's like, can you imagine in his alcoholic, pickled mind the logic to get to that point?
Pickled.
It's really, he's been losing his mind for quite a while. And I think now is the top of the mountain. I don't think he can go much farther with this. And when his, as he calls his legacy, when that is threatened, he gets upset. It bothers him immensely for anybody to even question what he's done. And who would question it anyway? It's in black and white. Yeah, he's won the titles 16 times. He didn't win shit. What he won was what people gave him. Because, and I'm giving his due, he did draw money, a lot of money. But if you've watched one Flair match, you watched them all just against a different opponent. And the time I worked with him, it was the same stuff. He didn't have to go over anything with me because I knew what he was going to do before we went out there. So, and with my match with Flair, I didn't think it was that good of a match, to tell you the truth. Now, of course, he would blame that on me. I'm blaming it for him because he's the one who was the name in that match, not me. So, but anyway, I think he's lost his mind, and I think he wants to. He didn't say this, but I think he wants to fight me, a literal, real fight, which I'm not going to do because. And he said I was sick, but not as sick as he was. So, any more questions about him?
Oh yeah.
I mean, if you watch this interview with him, you can tell that he's bothered, big time bothered. So if I'm a nobody or Stevie Richards is a nobody, or if you are nobody, why does it concern him so much?
Good point.
One more match.
Dutch Mantell and Ric Flair. The geezers at Caesars.
I was thinking Ric Flair versus Gunther at SummerSlam, but whatever.
God, another reason why not to watch it.
That'd be elderly abuse. That's elderly abuse by Gunther if that happens. Bro.
Oh God.
We're gonna have Ric Flair retire for the 5th millionth time.
Right. Well, Dutch is right. Like he's 100% right, and Rick is just pissing away his legacy, and he has been for the last handful of years.
And they called it Charlotte Flair.
Yeah, and the way at least Charlotte, yes, she may have not like success, like relationships and all that, but in terms of like outside of the ring incidents, I think she has none compared to her dad. No, I think she got arrested for a DUI one time, and that's before she was a wrestler. But besides that incident, no, she has not had many fucking incidents besides her dad. So if anyway, she's more the honorable Flair member that's trying to bring, pride and prestige to that name. Well, Ric Flair.
That's true.
It's probably because like she saw what her dad did all the time. She doesn't want to do that.
Yeah, it's basically you want to know what would my dad do?
That
I'm not going to do
and
that, basically.
Also, what happened to her brother?
Reed,
remember, he tried to take over from his dad. And that's impossible.
Yep. Then right after that happened, that's where Rick doused it into, his demons. A lot more. And as a forger, because as a wrestler, Flair, one of the greatest of all time. But as a person, he's just a pompous ass running his legacy.
I think Dutch Mantell will come out and say, "Let's do it one more time in the ring, Flair."
For a serious answer, he would. For a serious answer, the only possible scenario Dutch will do that is if Flair takes a jab at Dutch and his wife, because they both did nearly die when they had to go to the hospital. If Rick takes it to that extreme, then I think Dutch would want to slap Flair.
So it's not an angle, Mr. T. Quick Ric Flair story. I met him in 2016 when I was booked for the SuperCon down here in Florida. I was the DJ. Rick's like that all the time. Sober, not sober. He's just like that all the time. He talks shit all the time. Like, I had I want to say a 15 to 20 minute conversation with him. I won't tell you what we were doing, but we were just hanging out.
A little
a smoke break.
Smoke break. That's a good way of putting it. The guy is like that literally all the time, where he brings up, and like sometimes you don't even know the context of the shit that he's bringing up, but he talks a mile a minute, and he's usually talking shit, and it's just like, I always thought that shit was entertaining about him, but he is usually always talking shit. Like, that is not a gimmick, bro. Like, that is Ric Flair, bro. Because he wasn't putting on for no. It was me, him, and like the guy that booked us. Like, this was not a time for me running no gimmicks to nobody. So I mean, it's just who he is.
He's done it for so long, he can't stop.
Yeah,
I think that's why I mean I think he's just a product of his time and his era, bro. Like it's just how it is.
I think
He's
it's
trying to
blue
stay
chew
relevant.
abuse.
Like that.
Yeah, back
Well,
in the era
yeah,
where
I-
you lived your gimmick pretty much. He can't turn it off.
Yeah. Well,
He's trying to
that's
stay relevant.
because he's a junkie for it. Like he's addicted to the high
It's the
in
adrenaline.
front of the crowds.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
And he can't escape it. You know, he hasn't been able to sort of settle down or, just take it easy. He's just constantly addicted to, wanting to be seen, But,
Yeah.
he doesn't understand the meaning of be seen and not heard.
Well, then he'd just be Joe Biden.
Yeah.
Fair.
I would say his true addiction is being Ric Flair. He can't stop.
Yeah, I think he's one of those guys. He forgot what it meant to be Richard Flair instead of Ric Flair. I think he forgot what is the difference between the two, and he doesn't know how to when he comes home. He's got to make that switch and be Richard Flair.
I want to transition from Ric Flair, aka Richard Flair, the Nature Boy, to a little Vince Russo promotion here. This is Vince Russo's YouTube channel, and this was his recent video. Ric Flair was also talking about Triple H, and he did say that he's not mad at him. He said he doesn't blame him. So there's got to be bad blood there with Triple H. But this is Vince Russo. He said the beginning of the end, and they're talking about WrestleMania. And I think we were all last night we had a Monday Night Raw watch party, and we said that we see Triple H being fired by SummerSlam, right? Was that the Monday Night Raw watch party, or was that the podcast?
That was Sunday because originally Paladin said post WrestleMania, and I said, well, we might as well add an impromptu topic. Apparently, if it's true, Triple H has signed a new deal with WWE and TKO. So if that's the case, oh boy, we're in for a longer ride, and this is going to get lower and lower and lower. Well, we got JCW for Thursday. I love NWA, and next to it, all the other friendly promotions of ours.
Well, let's just hope Triple H gets less power over time.
Even if Triple H goes, the problem doesn't get solved because TKO is still involved. So, like, you get rid of one Triple H, there's going to be like another one showing up anyway.
True, but I think what they got left, I think Bruce and the Walrus would do. Actually, no, not the Walrus, just Bruce. I think Bruce would do a better job than Triple H. I think we'll see tiny improvements, especially if Shawn Michaels and Taker can get involved. But over time, it'll take time.
Yeah.
Get rid of all Triple H's yes men, pretty much. It'll take time.
Take care, Mr. T. He's got to take off for his stream later on.
Later,
have a good one, Mr. T.
Yeah, later.
Pity the fool. I had to say it. Sorry.
I think I'm going to go ahead and dip out as well.
Well, Isaac, good luck in your college studies. We wish you the best.
Good luck,
We're gonna miss you.
Thank you, guys. I only got a couple more weeks left. I'm just, going to take a little bit of a break. I said I'd come on for this show, and it was a pleasure, man. Brendan, you're the man. And guys, I love you all. I love Tommy, Paladin, Jerry. I haven't got to meet Monkey really, so it's a pleasure meeting Monkey. Who am I missing? Chris, pretty classy lady. Hobo is always great.
Good to meet you. Good to see you again.
Yeah. So I'm just going to be gone for, I don't know how long. Like I said, school's going to be a couple weeks for me. Like I said, before SummerSlam, most likely I'll be back.
Yo, you always got a home here, guys. Like, we love you too, bro.
So thank y'all. I got a music video coming out this Friday on my YouTube channel. I'll be promoting the podcast as often as I possibly can, maybe even dipping in the chat for a little bit. But yeah, thanks for having me as always, and I'll be back soon. So don't you guys worry.
Well, take care of Isaac and Godspeed, brother.
Thank you, guys.
Later, Isaac.
I'll see y'all soon.
Later, man.
See you soon.
Later.
Man.
Okay, don't everybody talk at once now.
Oh, sorry. I was just looking through my messages really quick.
Grown up.
I'll see if there's anything in the chat there. So I'll just read in the chat.
Dude, no, that motherfucker was with me since like day 1 or day 2. Like Jerry, bro. Like
Yeah.
Isaac was our like second guy next to Malcolm, right? We haven't seen
But-
Malcolm
Yeah.
in a while.
But it was day one before any of us because he's older than us.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, it was just the four of us there for a while. Then we added in John. And then
Joe brought
eventually
us.
we added in the TWRP and now
Russo
look at us.
brand and all that. Yeah.
Yep, and the Russo
Yeah.
brand.
Yep. Now we're collaborating with Monkey and Eric.
Yeah, and then we hit some zoo in Miami and found a monkey.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
We let a monkey on stream.
Gotta
Yeah.
give a shout out
It,
to
it just
Lemon.
reminds me of a song that's me. I'm gonna sing it now. Right off. I'm doing it.
Yeah, shout out Lemony. Let me get
Yeah,
a pizza
Lemony
review,
introduced us, bro, because he was like, I know a guy who does exactly what you're doing. And I'm like, oh, word? And yeah, pretty much. Like, we do the same shit as far as content creation on YouTube and Facebook. So, yeah, shout out Lemony introducing us, man.
We need a pizza review, dude.
I'm down.
Together.
All right, let's watch this little reaction, man.
Yeah, let's just
Where
click it. What do we
the
got?
pros are the pros. Man, bro, there's a lot happening, man. There's a lot politically happening in the WWE. I'm hearing a lot of things. I'm seeing a lot of things. And it just seems like there is utter chaos going on at the highest of levels. They didn't sell out either night of WrestleMania. So that meant that the gate was down. That means that they probably didn't meet their projections. And I was saying all along, man, the higher ups, the Ari Emanuels, the Mark Shapiros, they are going to get involved when they see the money being affected. And not selling out 2 nights of WrestleMania, the money is affected. We saw a lot of crazy things at the end that really just came across as desperation. The Pat McAfee angle, Pat McAfee's side, like burying talent and burying creative. And then you had the other side with, CM Punk and his cronies talking about ticket prices. Man, it just was like, where are we going with this, bro? It just kind of felt like, they gave everybody a microphone and said, go out there and say whatever you want to say. You can do that, bro, but you've got to control the chaos, man. It's got to be controlled chaos. And just a lot of stuff at the end that thrown against the wall. I mean, I'm hearing that Aleister Black was supposed to be in the Pat McAfee spot, and then they changed that at the last minute. So there's a lot going on, as the great Dutch Mantel would say. There's a lot of moving parts. I hear that Brock Lesnar just absolutely hates Triple H, and I can see that. Triple H has put himself in a position for people to hate him. Remember the Bret Hart, Steve Austin eye roll? He has put himself in a position to be hated. He has put himself in the forefront of everything. He has put himself first in front of his own talent. And a lot of times in wrestling, that is a no-no. But it's really weird because recently Mark Shapiro said that TKO is 100% in control of creative. Is that the feeling you get when you watched Unreal? When you watch Unreal and you watch that boardroom and you watch that creative meeting, Triple H is no doubt the guy in charge. They are sitting there pitching Triple H, and they are sitting there hoping and praying for the approval of Triple H. So when Mark Shapiro says this, and let's be honest, man, Mark Shapiro has said a lot of things where he has literally talked out his ass. But when he says we're 100% in charge of the creative, to me, my knee-jerk reaction to that is they're protecting Triple H. That's what it sounds like on the surface. But is he talking about from a celebrity point of view? When he talks about we control the creative, is he talking about, the Pat McAfees, the Jelly Rolls, the ISO Speeds, and these type of people that they are incorporating or they are injecting into the business? Is that what he's talking about? Somebody told me, man, that Brian Gerwertz wrote Raw on Monday. Now, guys, we all know from history, Gerwertz is The Rock's boy. Gerwertz and The Rock have been together for years. Gerwertz runs The Rock's production company. So if Gerwertz wrote Raw, and that's Rock's guy, and Rock and Triple H hate each other, regardless of what anybody says, what is going on, man? What is happening? Triple H did not attend the post-WrestleMania conference, as he always does. He was probably afraid of the negative feedback. Remember, he got that last time. He was probably afraid of that. A lot of people were not happy with WrestleMania. I think the last match between Punk and Reigns, I think that saved it. But night number one was totally ripped apart by 90% of the people I read. Man, guys, this is the highest level of politics that we will never understand. And this is the highest level of politics that we will never encounter, thank God. This is a level of politics, bro, where millionaires become millionaires and billionaires become billionaires, man. Then in the middle of this whole mix, you have Vince McMahon. And I'm being told that Vince McMahon still has his fingers in the pie, man. Regardless, bro, this needs to be fixed. And it really needs to be started with the foundation and the structure and the way creative is put together. I mean, they really need a restructuring of this company. And again, man, don't misunderstand me. They're making money and they're making a lot of money, but now we're starting to see chinks in the armor. And what did I tell you guys all along? Bad creative is going to catch up with them. I told you guys that all along. You keep producing weeks and weeks and months of bad creative, it's going to catch up with you. And the creative did not sell out Las Vegas. There's got to be, at this point, a lot of finger pointing, man. A lot of finger pointing. And even to the point of what it looks like of Brock Lesnar saying, man, I need out of here. Man, I don't know, man. I always tell you guys, man, and I tell you guys this as a life lesson. It's okay to make mistakes. I've made a million mistakes. You've made a million mistakes. And I almost welcome mistakes. Because unless we make mistakes, man, how are we going to make the corrections? And I've always said this, man, part of the downfall of TNA and part of the downfall of Dixie Carter was Dixie repeating the same mistakes over and over and over and over again. And I feel Triple H did the same thing, man. I feel Triple H has brought this upon himself. Guys, you have to understand, in freaking wrestling, when you are in a power position or a position of management, you just do not put yourself in front of the boys, bro. That is going to create huge, huge issues, man. You always put the boys first. The boys are the reason why you're making money. But for Triple H to put himself out there in front of everything, bro, to me, that was a mistake. Now, why did he do it? Well, number one, he's still one of the boys. So he's still trying to get himself over. There's no question about that. That's reason number one. Number two, did he do it as a way to concrete his place in his position in that company? Was he trying to convince people that without Triple H, this company could not go on? And if that was the case, then that was a mistake. Nobody's bigger than the company. Perhaps at one time, Vince McMahon himself was bigger than the company at one point, no question about it. But that's it. Austin was never bigger than the company. Rock, Hogan, they were never bigger than the company. And that is the picture that Triple H tried to paint. When you're putting yourself on freaking billboards and video games and you're all over the WrestleMania ads, think about that, bro. This guy was front and center in the WrestleMania ads. Are you wrestling, bro? Are you in the main event? What, man? You think people are buying tickets because you run this company? Think about that, bro. There's no business sense coming out of that. That is 1,000% ego, bro.
Yo, Hobo, you gotta go, bro.
Yeah, I gotta do something. It's thank you for having me, by the way. I really appreciate it. It was great to meet Vince Russo.
So, Hobo, have yourself a good one, my friend.
Yeah.
Yep.
Take care.
Take care. Yeah,
I'm
take
gonna
care,
drop
Hobo.
out too. I gotta cook me some lunch. My sugar's tanking.
Yeah, so I guess me and Jerry are out.
All right. Take care, guys.
Later, guys.
All right, later.
We pausing for commentary.
Pause for commentary. All right, go ahead, Monkey.
Yeah, because I had a whole theory. Y'all ever seen the episode of or have you ever seen the show Boondock Saints, or not Boondock Saints, Boondocks?
Yeah, the cartoon show. Yeah, I remember that as a kid.
Do you remember the episode? Do you remember the episode when he had the Christmas play?
Vividly.
Okay. You know how he writes. You know how he writes the play in his vision. He gets told you have full creative control, 100%.
Yeah.
Do what you want, and then Huey goes and makes the play that he makes, the Black Jesus play, and then when it comes closer to showtime, big execs come in and say, I love everything about the play, but here's everything that we're going to change. Do you think that maybe, like, that's kind of probably how creative's going right now?
It could be, especially towards WrestleMania when TKO got involved. So I definitely see that being a possibility for WrestleMania.
I feel like
time.
Triple H catches strays for things that Triple H ain't calling at the end.
Well, before we met you, Monkey, a few months ago, I brought the question, does Triple H get all of the blame or some of it? In my opinion, I think he gets some of it, if anything. It should be the guys around the table that are bringing him that shit.
No, but they were watching this video and it was taking way too long. And plus, I already talked to Vince Russo already. So.
One thing that I say on my pod,
done.
one thing that I say on my pod a lot.
So you just started, or
Triple H isn't a big, long-term booker. You know what I'm saying? Like he feels so good at short storylines that have quick payoffs.
Yeah,
but like the moment you have to like tell a story for a decently long time, you have to like do callbacks and build it for you. It feels like he's not good at that. I think the evidence of that is like Cody. Like Cody is not an interesting champion, and I don't think that's Cody's fault.
No, I think it's the creative. You know, I'm not the biggest Cody fan of his character, but you gotta have good creative to get that guy more over. And one of my favorite Bruce Pritchard quotes ever is, "Okay, now what?" And that's what they're really bad at. They'll do something short term. They're like, "Okay, Cody won the belt. The story is done. Now what? What's next?" And they didn't have any long-term plans. And this is where they need writers, not bookers, writers.
Yeah.
Because because booking a wrestling show and writing a wrestling show are two different monsters. Booking a wrestling show, you just book matches. What we get in AEW and WWE. Writing a wrestling show, you gotta write and you gotta dictate the pacing of the show instead of just match, match, match. And they desperately need a writer, really bad. And I feel like if we don't have any new blood come in the future with a fresh set of eyes, do a fresh coat of paint, we see the wrestling business is getting smaller and smaller and smaller. And what I mean by that, I'm not talking about the streaming deals. I'm talking about the amount of people that are watching wrestling. It is only the marks, the niche audience that are watching it, not the casuals. We're now getting to the point where all wrestling is not going to be on TV anymore. We're getting very close, where it's just going to be on
the indies, by the way.
Yeah, it's great for the indies, but for the major corporations, this is not good.
Yep. Have a great day, Brendan. Hobo's out. Cheyenne's out. So we're down to 5.
The other thing that I wanted to mention that I find really interesting, because this is the difference between, or this could be one of the differences between a WWE with Vince McMahon and TKO. I think this is a statistic. I'm pretty sure this is a legitimate statistic because it got spit at me. So I haven't checked this, so forgive me if it's wrong. But this is the first time we've had 20 some odd people cut in the same day since COVID.
23, right? I was just gonna bring that up. Well, for Friday's show, but we might as well bring it up now. Is this the largest release in history?
I wanted to say it was, but I didn't want to be wrong because the COVID cuts were pretty severe too. Those were 20 some odd people too.
Okay, so that has to be a Friday clarification.
Can you look that up, Paladin?
Pardon?
Can you look up if the recent firings are the largest
Release this, yeah.
in a single time?
Yeah. And so we got 23.
The reason I bring that up is because the reason
You'll be my tech guy. You'll be my guy in the chair. Oh shit!
Hell yeah.
Okay, I'll just.
My fucking mic just folded. Hold on.
So the reason I bring that up is because in the 2020 era with COVID, WWE was going through a lot. Because everybody was going through a lot, and their revenue was shot to hell. So those were we can't afford you cuts. In 2026, TKO has got money to work with, a lot more money than you all think. A lot more than the companies.
Bro, on top of that, you see what independent shows are doing with a fraction of what WWE has. They have no excuse to be subpar or.
A boring show.
Yeah.
So I just looked it up. So it's around 20 to 25 wrestlers who've been cut.
See, okay, so you're right, Monkey. COVID was larger just by 2. Just by 2, so barely. The difference there. Oh, Monkey, I didn't know he was in his chair. All right, Monkey, you're right. Oh, yeah, okay, yeah. Yeah, you're right. COVID was larger than this. I guess this one is the second largest one.
And that's wild because, again, the contrast of those situations, TKO is working with a fuckload of money right now. So it's not like they can't afford the wrestlers that they got. They could probably afford 20 more wrestlers with those still on. So what were they think? What was the problem? Was the Wyatt Six really a gimmick to sell Halloween Horror Nights? Could we really not figure out what we were going to do with the one long-term Triple H story that we were actually interested in, Kairi Sane's turning on Asuka? They had so many projects that they were working on that they just hit the abort button on. What the fuck was the point in LFG? There's a lot of these don't really make sense in a financial standpoint, so what the fuck was the problem?
Easy. I'll tell you right here. Writers. They need a writer to do that kind of stuff. But a booker, like a Triple H, a Michael Hayes, a Paul Heyman, Bruce Pritchard, they're not going to know what to do with the Wyatt Six, for example. They're more of a horror, theatrical type of act. A wrestler, booker, is not going to know how to treat it. while a writer who's not a wrestler booker can then come in with an outside fresh view of eyes and then write a story for that act. So I think two reasons why the Y6 were dead on arrival. Number one, you have wrestlers as bookers that don't know what to do with them, and that picture that got leaked that same night, out of mask, out of costume, out of Whataburger with a bunch of fans, killing the kayfabe of the characters.
They
By
could
then,
have.
they just
They could
became
have
another act
repaired.
on the roster.
They could have repaired. Because what the Wyatt Six had going was like that metal band type feel. So you could have gotten away with that picture, but you got to write the story right, bro. You got to make the story fucking
Exactly.
interesting.
Yeah,
Exactly.
And it was too obvious at the end that this was just for Halloween Horror Nights, bro. Because as soon as
Yeah.
Halloween was over, they fell right the fuck off. They started
Yeah, they're
jobbing
gone.
fucking Solo, and they fell right the fuck off.
Like DWP have like mentioned this like several times that you know, Gold Alice, aka Uncle Howdy, could have been like how the White Six could have been formed is that Uncle Howdy was creating a cult and he converted all these people like Nikki Cross, how he got Dexter Loomis, how he got Eric Rowan to come back.
Yeah.
Or
Joe
how he got
Gacy,
Joe
all that.
Gacy to join the fold. Like,
Yeah.
you need to have a story of how he got them all together and to,
Yeah.
you know,
Exactly. And that's
to
2
get-
months of TV right there. 2 months.
The way I would have done it and what I thought they were going to do, but I had called it like the year Bray died. I had called it right after Bray died, and I thought when they had started teasing the Wyatt Six that, oh fuck, maybe they're gonna do it, because it looked for a second that it was, but I had always thought, okay, perfect situation to make a tragedy into something, and something that Bray would have thought of. Flip Uncle Howdy and Bray Wyatt. Uncle Howdy was the guy that was corrupting people in the background and making people turn. That was what they were working on with Alexa. You could have flipped that entity. Now Bray Wyatt's dead and corrupting you from the grave. And you could have done that all through the sick promos that they were doing, through the videotapes, the cuts, the QR codes, and all that other shit that they were doing. And I thought that's what the trail was leading to. You're going to find out Bray Wyatt's behind all of this, and he corrupted the cult, and he created the cult.
Yeah.
And they're all actually taking shots from him, like
Before he
they could have
died,
no, after he died, he's
Right, my bad,
literally
yeah.
doing this because death can't stop him. He can control you from beyond. They
Finally said that.
really
Russo
could've
said
sold that.
AI. Russo said uses AI. They can do AI with Bray talking.
They really
if they
could have
wanted
sold
to.
that, and I thought that they were going to. And when they moved, what I think buried that was Alexa Bliss wasn't down. I really think that's
she
what
should have
buried
been there, man. Agreed. Because her and the Fiend, everyone knows her and Bray Wyatt were close, both on air and behind the scenes. So if anyone that should have been the Wyatt Six, Nikki Cross was an okay choice, but Alexa would have been the better pick.
Well,
in my
you could have
opinion.
kept Nikki Cross. Like, she could have just stayed as who she was, but you needed Bliss to become Abigail. Like, you
Yes,
needed
that's
Bliss
Abigail.
to. You needed Bliss to become fucking what she was at the end of Bray Wyatt's story, but we never got there. And Bliss I think says it somewhere, but she just wasn't down. She was like, "Yo, that's it. We're done with that. I don't mind doing the tributes, but that story is over for me." So that puts a.
I mean, but
big-
they were fine without her though, because like with the vignettes, like on Monday Night Raw, where Uncle Howdy was talking to himself, and those were fucking tight. And I think
those are cool vignettes.
there was a fan base. Like, you know, unfortunately, not all the kids were into it because I think they were kind of scared. But I did see like a lot of the core audience, like those 18 to 40-year-old males who have Yo, whose phone is that?
That was my work phone. My
Oh
bad.
shit, I was tripping balls, bro. I was like, I don't have a home phone.
You're saying 18 to 40 demographic, we're into the
Yeah,
Wyatts.
yeah. So like that 18 to 40 demographic or whatever, even like older.
And you know
that's into
who-
that. They're all buying Wyatt Six merch, and I saw that when I was in Vegas 2 years ago. Because like one podcast I said I was there a year ago, but it was actually 2 years ago now. The first Mania in Vegas, I was there night one, and there was hella people with Jey Uso shirts, and I think not saying Jay Uso's fault that Wyatt Six never got over, but they could have done something with like Wyatt Six versus Jay Uso. Uncle Howdy could be the world champion who takes it away from Jay.
That was like a make sense thing. Like
that would have made way more sense. But the problem is they never put a title on Uncle Howdy, and so no one took him seriously. They fell back into the mid card, and
became another face on the roster.
Yeah, and you know what sucks about all the, and it's another thing I got to bring up since we're talking about all these cuts. And WWE's done it before. I don't remember if it was in the Vince McMahon era or just after TKO took over. But do you remember when they were acquiring AAA? They were having their PLEs in Hispanic countries. Like they had a huge one in Puerto Rico. They brought in Bad Bunny.
Yeah,
they pushed the fuck out of Zelina Vega for no reason. They pushed Damian Priest before he was like really big for no reason other than they were Puerto Rican. And then they grabbed a whole bunch of Mexican wrestlers. They started leaning into lucha real hard. Now look what's happening. That came at the cost of somebody. A lot of people, as a matter of fact. It wasn't like 23 like this time, but a lot of people. But that was a culture shift. We were after something. And now here, it feels like a culture shift again. We're getting rid of, in favor for, now we're putting in the Trick Williamses, and we're pushing Carmelo Hayes more, and we're bringing up Joe Hendrys, and we're bringing up Sol Rucas, and we're bringing up Stephanie Vickers. And you know, we're pushing out. And this is going to be big to what he just said, the older demographic. Where the fuck is the Undertaker equivalent? And do not tell me that's Danhausen. Who's taking up that role, bro? They've actually cut them all.
Yeah, they don't have like a theatrical dark superhero Stain Taker-esque character. They don't. Danhausen's not even close to that. The closest, arguably, would have been the Y6. But then again, for the update time, they needed writers. Alistair could have been. I think the one thing that works against Black is his size. If he just got a little more muscle, got more jacked, then I think that would have helped him, in my opinion. But Alistair Black, in terms of the look alone and the entrance, there is something there.
All they have is Roman right now.
Roman, Drew.
The closest thing you have to that look now is Rhea Ripley, and that's not. We're not talking. I'm talking like evil, almost superhuman or superhuman, like
one guy. I'll tell you this, one guy, but they fucked him up already. Pentagon. Do you remember him in Lucha Underground when he was going around breaking arms and saying this for his master? They had something there when Pentagon brought. What did they do? No, he cut a babyface promo. He's a smiley, good guy, family, good into the shoes. When they should have brought him in and did what got him over in Lucha Underground was being the killer, breaking arms. And there you go. That would be the closest one they could have done something with. But in my opinion, I think they fucked that up and they can't go back. Because now he's just another face on the roster where he could have been the heel, evil luchador that's killing people.
We don't have the true replacement for the Undertaker gimmick, and that is so important, I think, in wrestling.
I think that's the hardest thing to do, because the Undertaker was once.
Well, I don't mean
was the most unique. What's the most unique gimmick that I ever saw? Like, I first saw him in 97.
I don't mean the one-to-one. I mean the genre, the horror, mysterious, dark, maybe superhuman genre. Just that it doesn't have to be a one-to-one Undertaker. Just Undertaker's the pioneer of this. But like you go to every wrestling promotion, everyone's got one. When you watch WWE, I think in the next, I'll give it like 3 months, maybe 4. We're gonna start seeing, okay, where is that? That opinion is going to start to play. I don't think it's going to play right now because it just happened. But give it time. Like, we're going to miss that. I feel like that's something that WWE really, I don't understand why we moved away from. And we're moving into dolled up, pretty up, swagged up, wrestlers or meme wrestlers like Danhausen, Joe Hendry. Like, these are meme wrestlers. They're good. Don't get me wrong. I fucking love me Joe Hendry, and I fucking love me Danhausen. But they're meme wrestlers, and we're you know, that gimmick's gonna get old quick. You know WWE is gonna beat the fuck out of Danhausen.
Yeah.
We're gonna be sick of that man in 3 months.
The thing is, like, I'm already
Before we finish, Paladin, I do gotta get going here, guys. I'll talk to y'all later.
All right, bro. Thank you, bro. Thank you for making this happen.
You too. Like,
You're welcome,
hey,
man.
Brendan.
Take care.
Like,
Yo.
would it be okay if we could talk later, though?
Oh, yeah, sure. Message me, we'll talk.
Yeah. All right.
All right. Talk to you later, man. Peace out, guys.
All right.
All right. Take care.
All right. What was it? What were we talking about? Just refresh my memory.
WWE's current like change in culture. As far
Yeah,
as
we
the
don't
wrestlers
have
they
an
keep.
Undertaker of the locker room. We don't, we don't have that locker room, that the mysterious, like, unbeatable but kind of superpower.
Yeah,
person in the locker room.
It's locker room leaders are a dime a dozen now. It's just so it's very difficult to find one. You know, gone are the days of like when Bret Hart or even when the Undertaker was in charge of things. You know, keeping people in line. Especially Shawn Michaels when he was a bit of a glug glug, vroom vroom, thump thump, if you know what I mean. Yeah, so he kept him in check. He kept him in check. So no, it's we don't have any cool supernatural sort of horror gimmicks. I know Danhausen sucks D1CK. I was just going to say that I've gotten very tired of Joe Hendry now because his gimmick is getting stale fast. There's only so much you can do with it until eventually, okay, you're going to have to think a heel turn route. You're going to have to do something else with him. You know, don't get me wrong, his gimmick was good, but it can get old
because
fast.
it's WWE beating the shit out of it.
Yeah, basically they're beating it until it's like a dead horse.
Because you gotta understand, that's why WWE got him, that gimmick, and now they're gonna beat the shit out of it before really developing it, because they got a developmental problem when it comes to gimmicks. They do.
Yeah.
John has a suggestion: make Nikki Bella a succubus character, play into the man beating.
Nah, man, get
okay, guys. So, guys, I'm gonna leave it there. It was great meeting Vince Russo. Tommy, thank you so much for this opportunity.
Yeah, bro.
I appreciate it.
We might as well end the stream here, bro.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
I'll see y'all later.
Yeah, so thank you guys. Follow Paladin, follow Monkey, follow everyone who's on here. Cheyenne, Brendan, Justin, Chris, etc. I don't know, Dizek. Who else am I missing? Jerry Sills,
Vince Russo,
and of course Vince Russo.
Yeah,
and Hobo.
Monkey 305 on Instagram. I do cool things with music.
Yep, and we out.